If you're thinking about buying a home north of Boston in 2026, whether that's moving from the city, relocating from out of state, or moving up into a bigger home, chances are you're watching inventory, numbers, interest rates, and market reports, trying to figure out if now is the right time. And look, that makes sense because that's what most real estate videos talk about, but after helping buyers all over north of Boston, places like Andover, North Andover, Boxford, Newburyport, Haverhill, and even southern New Hampshire, I can tell you this: the market doesn't decide if you're ready or not. Your life does. And if you get that part wrong, no amount of perfect market timing is gonna fix that. Now, with that being said, inventory is still one of the biggest stories here in 2026. We had a long, snowy winter here in New England. Listings got delayed, sellers stayed put, and now buyers are entering spring competing over a very limited number of homes. So in this video, I'm gonna walk through the biggest things buyers are missing right now when buying north of Boston here in 2026. And honestly, most people don't realize these until they're already halfway through the process. If you're new to my channel, my name is Chris Blavel. I'm a local realtor here north of Boston, and me and my team help a lot of buyers relocate throughout Massachusetts and southern New Hampshire every single day. And one thing I can tell you right now is inventory is still tight. Normally by spring, we expect more homes to hit the market, but because of the long winter and all of the snow we had, I think a lot of sellers delayed preparation. Landscaping got pushed back, exterior projects got delayed, photos got delayed, and some sellers simply decided to wait. So buyers are entering the market ready to move, but inventory is still limited. If this video provides any value, please consider subscribing to my channel. I make videos every week about buying, relocating, and what it's really like living north of Boston. So reason number one, you and your partner aren't actually aligned. I'm starting here because nobody in real estate talks about this. It's not inventory, it's not rates, it's not weather, it's a buyer's market or a seller's market. The biggest thing I see stalling home purchases is two people who think they're aligned, but they actually aren't. One person wants more space, the other wants to wait. One is ready now, the other is worried about finances, commute times, schools, jobs, stability, or leaving the city, and nobody is actually saying it out loud. I'm not talking about the casual conversation where both people say, yes, we should start looking. I mean the real conversation. What towns are we targeting? Andover, North Andover, more land in Boxford, walkability in Newburyport, more value in southern New Hampshire. Because without that clarity, people can spend 6 months touring homes and blaming the market when really the issue was alignment. Reason number two is inventory is low, but opportunity still exists. The biggest market story in 2026 is still inventory. There simply aren't enough homes for sale. And honestly, I think the long winter delayed the market even more. Homes that would have hit the market February or March got pushed back, projects got delayed, sellers stayed put longer. But here's the interesting part. Not every house is moving instantly. The homes that are overpriced, need work, or have issues are sitting longer. We're seeing price reductions and more negotiation opportunities. Meanwhile, the updated move-in ready homes in desirable neighborhoods are still moving quickly. So it's almost feeling like there are two markets happening right now. Reason three is you know what you're leaving, but not what you're moving towards. This one is huge for relocation buyers. A lot of people know exactly what they're trying to leave behind. Smaller house, long commute, traffic, no yard, higher cost, no space for the kids, and all of that is valid. But what are you moving towards? More backyard space, kids playing outside, golf, walkability, weekends at Plum Island, better schools, short commutes. Because I've watched people move thinking that the bigger house was the answer. And they realized later they never actually figured out what they wanted life to look like after the big move. The house matters, but the day-to-day experience matters more. Reason 4 is you haven't planned the buy-sell gap. This catches move-up buyers all the time. On paper, it sounds simple. Sell your current house and take the equity and buy the next one. Done. Easy, but the reality is there's a lot of moving pieces. What happens if you find the perfect house in North Andover, but your current home isn't ready? Do you sell it first, buy first, use bridge financing, negotiate a rent-back agreement, temporary housing? Once again, there's a lot of moving pieces here. North of Boston inventory is still competitive in many towns. The biggest mistake I see is people falling in love with a house before having a plan. Number 5 is you haven't run the real numbers. This is the big one. A buyer sees a home online in Andover, North Andover, or let's say maybe even Windham, New Hampshire, maybe around 900 to 1.2 million. They plug the numbers into the mortgage calculator in Zillow and the payment looks okay. That's great, but this isn't the real number. You still have taxes, insurance, utilities, maintenance on the property, heating costs, and maybe even HOA fees. And here in New England, heating alone can surprise people, especially if you're moving from a condo or city living. That payment you thought was $4,000 can quickly be $5,000 or $6,000. So it's important for you to run those numbers with a professional and make sure you understand them. The buyers who end up happiest moving north of Boston usually aren't the ones who timed the market perfectly. They're the ones who get aligned, they understand what they want, they know their numbers, they have a timeline, and build a strategy before walking into their first showing. Because the inventory is still tight, the long winter slowed the market, but preparation still wins. So if you're thinking about moving here north of Boston and you want to put together a solid game plan, feel free to reach out to me anytime and schedule a discovery call in the link below. My team and I would be happy to help sit down with you and come up with a solid strategy and plan. And make sure to watch my next video, How Smart Buyers Save Thousands North of Boston, where I break down strategies buyers use to save money and avoid costly mistakes during the home buying process. And if this video provided any value, please hit that like button and subscribe to my channel below. I make videos like this every single week for people that are looking to buy here north of Boston or relocate from another state or from the city.